So first is the landing page. So essentially to create and modify a landing page in data capture form, all of that is controlled within Career Site Builder. So you may be familiar now, having built out, your CSB site through Career Site Builder. Everything is controlled from a landing page and data capture form within CSB. So it does have kind of the same look and feel as what the category and or content pages would look like. So really gives you kind of that centralized look and feel throughout when you're building out your landing pages. So we're just going to pull up an example of one here. Here we have kind of a standard landing page. It's a one column component landing page here where we have placed on top of it a data capture form. And essentially on the form, we are calling out different fields that we want the candidates to fill out in order to collect that necessary information that will help us in our search later on and organize into various talent pools. So here you can see there are some required fields just based off of what's required for a candidate to create that profile, email, first name, last name, country. And then additionally, we do have some of those custom fields in place. So looking to our specific use case, we've identified some fields here that would actually help us filter and kind of sort through the candidates based off of what they're filling out through this data capture form. So we've identified grad year, what major, what school did you attend, and then even some additional information around, what is their kind of area of interest or what types of jobs they're interested in, which again will help us kind of organize and search on those candidates later on. You can see that we do have some required fields, so we can elect whether or not we want to make these custom fields required or not. I would recommend, typically it's a recommendation that we're making these types of fields that we really need the candidates to fill out required, just so we can kind of centralize the data that's coming through and making sure that all candidates are filling out the types of fields that we need to make our searches worthwhile. You do have the ability, or candidates would have the ability to upload resumes and or cover letters via the data capture forms as well. You can see that option there. And then we also have a couple of consent checkboxes here, which are very important within the data capture forms. Essentially, the first one is consent to marketing, which allows us to be able to send and execute email campaigns to potential candidates once they have entered their information on this data capture form. So that is actually a very important one. That is a leading practice to place that on the data capture form and making sure that is visible so candidates can opt in to receiving email campaigns from our organization. And then additionally, the consent to email alerts is from recruiting marketing, whether or not they are subscribing to receiving future job alerts from the recruiting marketing platform. So both are listed as a best practice just to ensure that we can market out to candidates and kind of remarket new opportunities to those candidates as well. Again, the landing page is created within Career Site Builder. Again, the same look and feel as what you would see with the content and category pages. I'll just jump in and edit a page just to kind of show what that looks like. We have the ability, as I mentioned, to make this a one or two column component. We can structure that however that aligns with the branding and layout that your organization desires. Within the actual columns then, again, this is a one column component and we've just placed the data capture form on this specific page, but we do have the ability to add in any of the customized layout that we would want, whether we're putting images or content or anything else. Typically, it's recommended though to make the form as sleek as possible, just to ensure the ultimate goal of making sure that candidates, when they land on this page, are completing the form and are kind of triggering their profile to the next process, so we can then market to those candidates later on. Within the actual data capture form, you do have, pretty much full customization of the messaging that you are displaying on the form. One important note here is you can create several different data capture forms and place them on the same landing page if you wish. You can easily select from the different data capture forms here, as you can see from this dropdown. Additionally, we want to be able to centralize kind of the code of what we're displaying here for the data capture form, because this will be very important once we get into candidate search and how we're kind of searching on those candidates and grabbing all of them from, say, a specific data capture form. Again, everything else here, it will look very similar to CSB with the styling, where you can edit any of the content. You'll see a few different tabs here as well. The styling looks very similar here. If we want to put any customized styling within the page or the data capture form itself, you can customize the data privacy consent statement here as well. And then additionally, we have the job alerts feature when the consent to email alerts is checked. And if we have a specific job alert set up here, for example, engineering jobs, as long as that candidate is completing that data capture form, they then have elected to receiving email alerts for this specific department moving forward. So a great feature if you are really kind of specifying a data capture form for maybe a specific job function or based off of certain job category that you're looking to do. The data capture form itself is controlled in a little bit different of a spot here. You can see again under pages, under landing is where the landing pages are controlled. The data capture forms are controlled under tools. And you do have to create that data capture form essentially first before you can actually place that on a landing page. So here is kind of the look and feel of how you would edit and add a data capture form within CSB. Let's go ahead and just edit our current data capture form and look at that. Some basic details here, but really what we're looking for is the layout and what types of fields we have on our data capture form. Here's where we can pull in any of the fields from the candidate profile. So you can see, again, things like email, first name, last name, country. There's some additional candidate profile fields like phone, email, current title, current company, etc. Whatever currently is in your candidate profile for candidates today. And then, as I mentioned, we have the ability to add custom fields. So you can see that we do have quite a few custom fields on this particular data capture form, which again can be added and controlled very seamlessly through MDF type objects.